From Studio 3C in Rockefeller Center, this is News 4 New York.
The city's Department of Education says the de Blasio report, which compares the number of applications to the number of seats, is misleading since some families apply to many preschools. The DOE also notes that Mayor Bloomberg plans to open 4,000 new pre-K slots this fall, but critics say that's still not enough to meet up with the demand. Joining us to talk more about this supply and demand problem in education is Dr. Nancy Busch. She is the Dean of Fordham's Graduate School of Arts and Sciences. Her research focuses on parent-child relationships, particularly socialization in Latino families and ethnic differerences in parenting. Welcome, Dr. Nancy.
Thank you.
What are the ethnic differences in parenting? All parents love their children. One would assume child rearing is the same for everyone. Obviously, it's not.
Well, it's not. We differ from generation to generation, from culture. I don't parent the same way my brother does. So some of the ethnic differences come from where people are from nationally. The research that I have done with Latino families suggests that Latino families are very concerned about the collective group, the family, whereas the traditional white Anglo-Saxon Protestant family that's not in the majority anymore tends to socialize their children to become an individualistic society. And so there are differences in the expectation that they have.
So this would make the socialization that is acquired in pre-K very important so that all of these ethnic groups can get along with each other, which is one of the reasons parents want so badly to have their kids in pre-K. Now, where do you stand on this? How do you weigh in? Is there more demand than supply, and what do we do about it?
There's definitely more demand than there is supply, both in New York City and nationally. That's part of the reason I think that President Obama has proposed his new initiative on pre-K. It's important. We know that children who have early intervention, who have pre-K, particularly ones who need it, are more likely to become more productive members of society. If you have pre-K, you're more likely to be reading at grade level through elementary school. If you're reading at grade level through elementary school, you're more likely to graduate from high school. If you graduate from high school, you're more likely to be a productive member of society. Plus, you're less likely to end up incarcerated, end up needing special education services if you're reading at grade level. There are a lot of economic reasons why it's of value.
Speaking of economics, are there gaps because of economics by neighborhood or not?
I believe so. Head Start is an early intervention program that is available to low-income families and some other categories as well. And so they have traditionally had access to early intervention service. Pre-K is a more recent phenomenon. I didn't go to pre-K, didn't even think about it.
Many people didn't.
No. Now we know the kindergarten of today is not the kindergarten of a generation ago. So when you walk into kindergarten, you are a kindergarten teacher expects a child to know a little bit more about playing with each other, sometimes across those ethnic groups, know their colors, know their letters. Those are things that used to be taught in kindergarten. So if you have immigrant families that, don't know as much about our school system, they may not be as pushing their children to be ready in these kinds of things. So that is part of the difference.
Should parents not apply to many pre-K schools? Would that help give us a more accurate picture?
I think a demographer should be able to give us a very accurate picture of the number of children of 4 years old in the city of New York. I wouldn't encourage a parent not to apply to multiple ones, because as a parent, you want to do what's best for your children. And it's fairly obvious that you'll probably increase the likelihood that your child will get into something if you apply to most.
By multiple applications.
Right. The individual need versus the common good is a little bit of a problem there.
Thank you so much, Dr. Nancy.
It's a pleasure. Thank you.